What's up everybody? In today's video we're going to go over a topic that fuels a lot of competitive players' fire in a game. That's right, leaderboards. Now a few things that we're going to cover are guild ladder, arena ladder, PvP seasons, the metric system, and the trophy park. We don't actually have a lot of information on dungeons and raid leaderboards yet, but they will be a thing in the game. And some leaderboards are going to be across all servers while others are just localized. Keep in mind all of this information is subject to change as the game is still being developed. Alright, well, let's get into it. First up, we have the guild ladder system. There will be an inter-guild ladder that will rank guilds based on their performance within competitive activities. Now these activities include things such as guild wars, castle sieges, node sieges, world bosses, etc. So essentially you can see just how well your guild matches up versus the other competitive guilds out there, other than just who owns the nodes and who owns the castles. Next up we have the arena ladder system, which basically just records progress in arena PvP season based on win-loss ratio. You will receive items such as titles and other rewards that will be revealed at a later date. Intrepid does not plan on making arena-specific gear based on points like World of Warcraft does, but of course that could change over the course of the future. Which brings us to our next topic. PvP seasons. PvP seasons will be 6 months long, and at the end of each season, a player's cumulative score from all PvP systems such as caravans, arenas, guild wars will all be added up and give the player multiple rewards. Now these are going to be things such as gear enhancements, achievement ranks, and in-game currency. Gear enhancements are going to be a type of stone or rune that you can socket to weapons and gear to add a different type of elemental damage. However, they will not increase an item's overall level requirement. At the end of the 6-month period, you're going to lose access to all of these runes and upgrades that you've got, but you can gain them again in the next season. Now, I got a couple clips I want you guys to take a look at, and stick around and we'll talk more after.
There's also going to be an internal ladder for guilds when the guild participates in guild wars or they participate in sieges. You'll be able to climb the ranks of your inter-guild ladder as well, so you get bragging rights amongst your friends, but then you also have the arena system for bragging rights among the server. And then based on your performance in those PvP systems, will determine a special non-tradable currency that you then use to gain access to those enchantments that you can slot into your gear.
Cool. Okay.
So there's a score that gets reset in a season, and the season consists of multiple months, right? So from your first month, you could potentially max out your contribution and get the best stones available in that method. But then as you go into month 2 and month 3 and month 4, your score becomes cumulative, and that achievement, you'll have an achievement rank as well as a purchasing power. The achievement rank will unlock other stones until the season resets.
To me, it seems like it's a pretty intricate system, and the more that we put into it, the more we're going to get out of it. Each season we'll be able to unlock things that just are a little bit stronger than we had the last season, and that gives you even more progression, and it doesn't feel like you're just constantly doing the same thing every 6 months, right? Not to mention we're going to be able to actually change elemental damage types of our weapons, which I think is really cool and is going to be really essential depending on what type of situation we're in. We already know that some certain types of damage are going to do better in some certain types of situations, and that's going to probably aid us in PvE, even though this is a benefit that we're getting from PvP. And honestly, that's something that it seems Intrepid has really taken the time to do, and that's interweaving PvP and PvE content. You need both in order to survive in an MMORPG and in order to appeal to the masses. A lot of developers just seem to focus too heavily on one side of things, and the other one just gets kind of left in the dust or never completed at all. But now we're going to go into our next system, which is metrics. Metrics is basically just a tracker of your achievements and titles. There's going to be things like PvP kills, deaths, successful siege attacks and defenses, raid participation points, etc. This is essentially just your own personal achievement log that you can see anytime via the UI. Last but not least, we have the trophy park, which will be an area within a town, city, or metropolis node that holds trophies. Now, these trophies are going to basically just have a character name of players who were the world first to kill world bosses or dungeon bosses that spawn due to the development of that node. And these are designed to promote a competitive atmosphere around pushing new content. You won't gain anything from them but glory, but that's a lot in a MMORPG, honestly. In all, it looks as though Intrepid is giving us a lot of reason to be competitive in Ashes. In my opinion, leaderboards are a great way to push competitiveness and reward players who do go that extra mile in the game. After all, we want to feel like we are rewarded for the time and effort that we put into it. A simple leaderboard helps drive players to really grind and push for the top. Sure, it's not for everyone, but it does recognize and reward the people who are interested in that type of content. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Ashes has the competitive factor under control, or do you think that there's still some things that need to be added to really bring things together and make people fight for a spot at the top? For those not interested in leaderboards, it doesn't really hinder them in any way to have them in the game, and those that do like that type of content, it gives them that reason to go the extra mile and really say, hey, this is what I want to go for. This is what I want to be known for. And I really don't see any downsides to a leaderboard, other than when they get manipulated, which is easily stoppable. But that's all I've got for you guys today, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I look forward to seeing you at the next one. If you'd please like and subscribe, maybe share it to a friend, I'd really appreciate that. Until next time, stay lit.